Under min resa till Kap Verde så hamnade jag och ett litet gäng från Sverige på en liten stillsam ö där tiden tycktes stå stilla. Här visar jag ett litet bildspel så får ni i alla fall en liten glimt av hur det ser ut på Kap. Längs den karga kusten låg en charmig fiskeby där barnen lekte barfota i sanden. Och fiskarna satt på den där långa bryggan och lagade sina nät i den varma kvällssolen. Havet glittrade och doften av grillad fisk blandades med ljudet av vågor och prat. Det var en plats som andades enkelhet och harmoni. Tills något oväntat hände. En dag upptäckte jag att mitt pass hade försvunnit. Först trodde jag att jag hade lagt det fel på något sätt, men snart så insåg jag att jag hade blivit bestulen. Paniken blandades med förvirring. Var och hur anmäler man en stöld på en liten ö? På ett språk man knappt förstår. Jag tog mig till den där lilla polisstationen där kommunikationen blev en utmaning i sig. Men med gester och diskussioner och en del missförstånd så lyckades jag till slut fylla i en rapport. Men äventyret var långt ifrån över. För att få ett nytt pass var jag tvungen att ta mig till en annan ö. Och det blev en lång och gungande båtfärd över öppet hav. Fylld av ovisshet men också reflektioner. Den här sångtexten som ni snart ska få höra förresten föddes ur den upplevelsen. En berättelse om att tappa bort någonting viktigt. Men också om att hitta sig själv på vägen. Jag skrev den här sångtexten på lätt engelska med små inslag av befolkningens språk som var en blandning av spanska, portugisiska och eventuellt lite italienska. Den var svår att förstå i alla fall. Men i alla fall så varsågoda och luta er tillbaka och bara lyssna en liten stund. Some years ago we went to the Cape Verde archipelago, a colorful island full of music and fandango. Happy, beautiful people living in tranquility in small old bungalows nearby the sea. Lucy, Therese, Tommy and I, a little crew, 2 weeks in February, to skies so blue, pale and expectant, our journey begun, to Cape Verde's warmth, to rest and sun. We sought to escape the crowds and the noise, from Mallorca's bustle to quieter joys. First time here in Cape, a dream come true, where the waves sang something new. Humble people with hearts so true, they spoke many tongues, not one but few. Lucy, well-known name, her parents knew the tune. Therese preferred the song, Fly Me to the Moon. In a tight fishing village down south on the shore, with narrow dusty alleys and houses of straw, there were colors and laughter wherever I go, and the smell of the ocean in the evening glow. The market was buzzing with sellers each day, with fruits, greens and fish on fine display. Carvers and drummers filled the air with sound, where joy and creation were easily found. Meat was quite rare, but the fish was divine, grilled or in stew with a glass of palm wine. By the long wooden pier stretched out to the blue, fishermen hauled up the catch for the crew. Women sat cleaning, their hands fast and knit, while the sunset turned golden and soft on our feet. At night came the fire, and rhythm and song, and Therese and Lucy danced all evening long. Tommy got sunburned the tropical way, but smiled through the pain at the end of the day. Warm nights and kite surfers filled the scene, a dream of Cape Verde, calm and serene. We lived a quiet life and didn't see anything wrong, far away from New York, Paris and Hong Kong. But then one day I had to change my mind, like a daydream you just left behind. One night I went to my room and early to bed. Only the noises of the wind sang in my head. I turned off the light and slept with one open eye, and didn't notice somebody passing by. I woke up next morning with a weary feeling. My eyes went from the floor up to the ceiling, looked for my passport I had put on the chair, searched the whole room, couldn't find it anywhere. The owner of a bungalow said, "Oh, you go police talk. I show you best way go. Only 15 minutos walk." He told me to take a small path beyond the main street. He added, "You no forget put hat on, good in sun's heat." I went slowly to the police station to make a report. I only wanted to say I'd lost my passport. The policeman stared at me, didn't understand a word. He spoke a strange language I had never heard. I needed an earthquake to make him understand. The only thing I had was a dead flower in my hand. The police took it and threw it on the floor. Then he shouted something I'd never heard before. The policeman told me to sit down and wait a while a cleaning woman showed me a sad smile. I sat for 2 hours on a hard wooden bench. In front of me old people speaking low in French. Another policeman suddenly entered the scene, the tallest and biggest man I've ever seen. So I told again, "Somebody has stolen my passport." He laughed at me and said, "Oh, you today no go airport." So I shouted once again, "Somebody stole my passport." The big policeman said, "Oh, you shout me, you go court. Ne cuento para sin, beguesto mueno del por bagara, mas tu faraguelo pueto ne con sus pasaport gedara." I didn't understand a shit of what he told me, so I tried to smile and pretend I knew completely. But my knees were shaking and I felt the heat. I thought, lucky, they don't throw me in the street. The two policemen argued for more than 1 hour. I was feeling hungry and needed a very long shower. I smiled gently at them and tried again with the report. Please, Mr. Policeman, me perdo que lo passport." "Aha," said the first policeman. "Que mi sara do passport sinto muito pelo se passport." He showed me a map and said, "You go must a dinaport." Then I understood I had to go to the neighbor island to get some immigration papers before leaving this land. So I told myself, what more can I do? What more can I say? Lifted up my sack, I went down to the dock of the bay. On my way, hundreds of signs marked with "No stress." I bought the boat ticket to the Midnight Express. Then came the captain, an old Viking man, 2 wives by his side with gold rings on their hands. The ship hummed softly like hummingbirds in tune, while the jazz band played under a silver moon. Then I heard the captain yelling, "Time to get on board!" The boat left the harbor like a lazy dinosaur. The moon lay on the horizon, so quiet and sad. I continued to write the song about my mom and dad. An old lady in Rose sang Caesaria's song. The whole boat swayed, just drifting along. A traveler brought a plastic baby elephant to play. A man with a cane won roulette that day. A lady kept flirting, her eyes full of flame, also with me, but she forgot my name. 3 in the morning, the children still awake, and the buffet was vegetarian on their plates. The bartender cracked coconuts, wild and free, mixing island dreams with rum and mystery. An Egyptian guest passed the water pipe around, and laughter like waves was the only sound. A Finnish woman danced in a daring trance. The deck became fire in her midnight dance. 4 Chinese bunkmates who spoke not a word, just nodded and smiled, no meaning transferred. I went to my bed and hid under the sheet, cotton in my ears, heart skipping a beat. Dawn woke slowly, 4 hours still to go. The sea was calm and peaceful, moving slow. The day began to finish. I was exhausted and worn, had a small headache till the night turned to morn. I whispered to the sea in a voice low and thin, "Oh, tomorrow my song maybe it will begin." The dawn broke softly with coffee and bread. The sea was a mirror in rose and red. Only a few more nautical miles till the harbor lay near, and the air was so still you could almost hear. The seagulls were laughing, they circled in white, over islands that shimmered in newborn light. A fisherman tried with a bucket and string, but caught only echoes and a broken ring. Then somebody shouted, "Whales on the side!" The waves rolled gently, the ocean wide. The ship slowed down and cameras were raised, as tales of silver left everyone amazed. The ladies on deck soaked up the sun. The bartender yawned, "Another drink done." The souvenir men came with shells and hats, and tiny carved boats made from old fishing net. The captain's 2 wives sat quiet apart. One wrote in her journal, the other one played harp. The tune drifted softly through salt and mist, like a promise the morning could not resist. The Chinese men laughed, not knowing the rules, while a French politician made speeches by the pools. He raised his glass high, said, "To life and to sea." I smiled to him and said, "That toast's for me." The old man with the cane kept winning on roulette. A lady flirted wildly. No passport, no regret. The trip would take 20 hours or so. Still vegetarian buffet with no meat to show. The bartender had a coconut drink in his glass. An Egyptian shared his hookah. Time seemed to pass. A Finnish lady danced erotic, strange and free, while I shared a cabin with 4 Chinese at sea. 8 ladies played bridge on the lower deck. A German guy played Dylan guitar out of check. In the cinema, something hot began to roll, and I thought this journey is feeding my soul. Then the ship drew near the harbor, nr2 by name. The sun was blazing hot. The dolphins played their game. A cold beer in my hand. Oh, it tasted just right as land came closer, golden and bright. The captain called out, "Can you steer for a while?" "Of course," I said with a confident smile. "Do you have a certificate?" "Yes," I replied, and I showed him my license with a hint of pride. I steered for 4 hours, the course straight and true. The captain was pleased and said, "I'm proud of you." And he invited me north to his Greenland home, where summer nights shine and white whales roam. The captain took the rudder and steered us to shore. I thanked him kindly, could ask for no more. Dinaport shimmered, small but bright, a worldly harbor in the golden light. No buses in sight, just an old patient mule. He carried me slowly, steady and cool, through rocky hills in the blazing sun, the scent of the ocean and bread as one. At Western Union I found my place, a kind old lady with a smiling face. She stamped some papers, said, "You'll be fine," and handed me my freedom in a single line. I stopped by the harbor inn for a meal, shrimps and red wine, a perfect deal. 4 hours waiting till the ship sailed home, so I kept writing the song I'd begun. When darkness came and the moon grew wide, the captain's 2 wives took turns to guide. The boat was alive with laughter and song, and the sea hummed softly, carrying us along. The old man still played roulette by the bar. He kept on winning, oh, this luckiest star. The Finnish lady had found her bow and danced once more in the Latins' glow. An Italian football team came aboard that night. They sang and kicked balls in the pale moonlight. And here I finished my song near and far, a letter of love to my mom and my pa. And it goes like this. 2 hearts that taught me how to be free, to wander the world, to sail every sea. In the wind of the islands I found my grace, in the song of the waves my resting place. Back in Cape Verde, weary but sound, with travel permits finally found. Tommy was napping, the heat was deep. I laughed and let him peacefully sleep. Then off I went with Lucy and Therese to the restaurant Lucky Shells, where winds tease. Late the beach came alive with flame, with music and dancing, hearts untamed. All ended well, no sorrow or loss. The ocean forgave, as smooth as glass. We left the island, but carried its song of Cape Verde, where my dreams belong.